And you are back here on Open. The third annual People's Film Festival is a showcase of extraordinary films that use various media formats to produce quality films. This 4-day festival will feature over 24 feature films, live music performances, as well as panels. And here now to tell us more is the founder and executive director of the People's Film Festival, Veronica Kidd. And Veronica, good to have you.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me on.
Good. So exciting time for you, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, busy, actually.
Busy. So when you look at the People's Film Festival, what exactly does it comprise? I gave a little bit of an intro in there, but give us more.
Well, the People's Film Festival, I guess I should say it's born out of independent media. Mm-hmm. It's born out of public media. I myself am a producer, public media, public access. I've been doing it for over 16 years or so. I'm telling my age, but well, at one point, I and a group of producers at M&N, we decided, well, what do we do from here? Where do we go? We're using our public access media to produce shows. Sheila Berry, Gospel Showcase, I'm sure you guys are familiar with her here, Nat Wood, 30 Frames a Second. I mean, I can go on and on. Where do we go? Well, let's take our films, our topics, our subjects, our stories to the big screen, and I think it was a great transition because for the most part, the way we consume media, the way we shoot, the way we produce. It's relative to how people are utilizing media today. Like it's almost equivalent to like a YouTube, but the only thing we're taking it to. So when you said that there's very different medias, we don't necessarily pigeonhole you into the criteria of some of the other film festivals. Like if you shot your film on a video camera, if you shot it on an iPod or pad or whatever it is, because that's HD. Right. But you're able to take that and transition it to a great film, then we'll accept that because that's how we do in our backgrounds as independent producers. So our first year, a woman, she won Best Technical Film because she used an iPad, her iPhone. She, if you can pan and tilt,
you got something going on.
And if you got a great editing, and you put it all together, I think it would be excellent. And so therefore we said, okay, this is the people, this is what we do. And then who are we to say that your story is not important? With as an independent producer, I've traveled the world. I've heard stories from all, I've covered and documented everything. So let's open up that portal. Let's hear those stories. Let's bring them here to the United States and let's allow others here to, see what's going on.
And I guess nowadays, the media market has changed dramatically because, as we said before, you used to have to almost be in to be able to do media. But now, if I buy the right phone, just an iPhone, or I'm not endorsing anybody, but if I buy a smartphone, I have the ability now to just basically shoot it and create my own.
Yes. And thanks to new media and new technology, the playing field has been leveled. It's always been. It's just that the criteria and the people that were in charge were dictating the policies and the rules that allowed you in. Now, let's create our own formats. Let's create our own entities that embrace the media and the content and how we shoot and produce. Let's create that. And let's call it the People's Film Festival. And so that's what we did. And I'm enjoying it. I mean, we have great lineup of 24 films. Last year we showed 36 films from 9 different countries. This year we have 25 films or something like that from 6 different countries. And the music showcase, which is going to be phenomenal, the after party events that we have. Yeah.
And we're seeing a little bit of it while we're talking right here. A little bit of
yes, and language healers. I mean, these are stories that are important. Here it is. These are they're preventing the young girl from using their native language, and she actually got in trouble. The Bully, amazing. Some of the films are music-based. So we have, like the Bully film, there's an artist, her name is Jiggy Jada. She's an actual rap artist, and so she's actually going to be performing her, and after her film showing The Bully. Howlin' Mad from Mississippi, he's from the Blues Hall of Fame. He's played with B.B. King and everybody over the world. He'll be performing for 2 nights at Sylvana, who is actually hosting us for the after parties for 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And so it's going to be exciting, but very exciting.
Yeah, and in my last segment, I said the event is coming up. You have another event at the end of the month. Actually, I was referring to yours. Your event actually takes place at the end of the month. So for people who want to be a part of it, what do they do?
Well, as far as film submissions, that's already closed. But if you want to come out to see the events, of course, we said that there is we have the digital media panel, which is open and free to everyone to come in, and so that you can. It's a collaborative panel of filmmakers, of music directors, producers there to talk about how to use new technology to produce content. There's also a use for. Oh, and also, by the way, Roger Giles from the Bronx.
Roger,
yes, we'll be showing his film Gully, and then it'll be followed by that panel. There's another youth forum that we're having. There's a film called Control that will be shown, and after that, it'll be a panel to talk about knowing your rights. Not so much of, oh, what are my 10, like First Amendment rights, or I have the right to. No, we're going deeper than that. We're talking about open discovery, which is something that is on the floor throughout several states. I think it's been passed in 10 states. Basically, having information presented to you if you get in trouble, instead of like motions and things like it's called CPL 240, and so that the person can make effective decisions with regards to copping out pleas or anything like that, or really just sitting in jail forever, like this young man who was going through 2 years of his life. And he did nothing wrong at all. So if we had open discovery, would he had went through this process? And he's from the Bronx. And after the 2 years, I don't want to give the story away. I want you to come out to see it.
Well,
very
don't give the whole
groundbreaking. But it's very, very positive. But he went through the system, and you can see it. And that's something that, it's very rare.
And another thing people are trying to tackle nowadays is social media, trying to get on top of it. There's continuous apps, continuous things that you can really be involved in. You're going to give some information to help people out to navigate through that social media process. Yes, that will
be with the digital media panel. And yes, I think it's so important to utilize social media because, like we said, new technology has leveled the playing fields. So we're using all of these various different, mediums to put this information out. So yes, YouTube becomes important, Twitter, Instagram, all of that becomes important. Your story is important to yourself and someone else. So therefore, never allow anyone to tell you that it is not important. And if you're ready to take it to another level, which is the bigger screen, then do that. Don't be discouraged. It's just important. And I'm really excited about what we're doing now because I believe it's going to grow third year. And
this is 3 years going.
3 years. 3 years. Opening night is at the Magic Johnson Theater. March of the Gods, Botswana Metalheads. And there's a whole metalhead contingent in Africa playing metal music. It's just amazing. And so I want to give away 2 tickets to your audience, and I don't know how you want to.
Yes, we're going to work this out. We got 2 free tickets here that we're going to give, and we're going to talk about it. And coming up on a future edition of Open, we will tell you how you can get these 2 tickets to be a part of this wonderful, wonderful celebration of film and media and technology, and hopefully people can, come on and be a part of it.
Yes.
Do you find that you're somewhat baffled by the amount of talent that's out there as you continue to just, ravel through and you see these filmmakers and people involved in technology? Does it ever blow your mind to say, wow, there's a lot of talented people who are really technologically in this thing?
Yeah, every day the different stories that come across, and I think it's just so powerful to see that. And my thing is, where are the venues for them? And that's one of the other criteria. Just because your film didn't come out in 2014, 2013, we don't care if it came out years ago. Someone didn't see that film. And so that's what we want to do. We want to bring these films back. We want people to see everything. So yeah, I love it. But it baffles me more that there's no access the way we want it to be. Okay, fine, if there's little things that are not within their criteria, that doesn't mean that the story isn't good.
Right.
So let's share that story. Let's tell that story and allow people to grow. 2 of the films that we had last year, Coming Home and The American Beatboxer, debuted at the People's Film Festival, and they've been on Revolt TV. excellent films. Why wasn't this film picked up elsewhere? I'm not sure, but it's okay. There's another venue for you, and that's what we're doing. We're providing access.
Exposure opens the door.
Yes, and it's just an amazing thing, and it's amazing to see how people are gravitating towards us and really embracing this because, they want, they want that venue, they want that access. Oh, by the way, the executive director here will be at our opening night to speak to our audience, to talk about independent media, to talk about that, to talk about your voice, using your voice, telling your story your way. And it begins with here.
That's right. The executive director of Bronxnet. That's Michael Max Nabi, who will be there to tell the story. And so thank you so much for coming and sharing with us, Veronica Kidd. And we got to take a break.